I was saying that before starting, just I'm introducing myself. So myself, Naresh. So I'm working into the IT industry from last 10 years as an PLSQL developer, and I'm having a good exposure of and working with different types of organizations and working with foreign different types of client. And we are just starting the new batch of our PLSQL and for the our Learnomate. And if you have to reach out to us, there is a contact number as well as the email ID which is flashing on the screen, so you can reach out to that. So for the today's our agenda is we will go through the content, what content we are going to provide into this course, as well as I will show you one demo topic in this particular session. Okay, so I'm just sharing my screen, so please let me know once it is visible. So basically what we are doing here, so we are going with the contents which we are going to cover into this respective course. So first of all, for going to the PLSQL, so we must have the SQL knowledge. Okay, so for that in this course we are also covering the few SQL topics which are really important for doing any type of PLSQL coding. Okay, so these listed topics which is on my screen, that we are going to cover under this respective course. Okay, so first one, so we will start with the SQL only, and then we will go for the PLSQL. So the contents are, that is, first we will go for the introduction. So we will do what is the SQL and what, and then after there is a data types. So in SQL there are a lot of data types are there. So we are going to learn, or we are going to study that data types. Then the most important topic of an SQL, that is DDL and DML command. So as maybe most of you are already aware of this SQL topics, but still we are going to cover because that is the important thing, and for it is for your revision also. So we will cover the DDL as well as the DML commands. Under DDL we are having different commands like create, drop, alter, truncate, describe, commit, rollback, and then after the DML command, then we are going to cover the constraint. So constraint like as a primary key and foreign key constraint. Okay, so which are really useful for making any type of joins into the SQL and PLSQL. Then we are having the different type of clauses into the SQL. So like where clause, having clause, group by clause, like clause, in clause. So all that respective clauses we are going to cover. Then we are having the topic that is nothing but the operators. So in operators we are having AND operator, is operator, between operator, greater than, less than, and many more. So we are going to cover that all also. Then after we are having the aggregation function. So in aggregation function we are having the 5 main aggregation function that are count, mean, max, average, sum. Then after we are having few SQL conditions, and then the views. Okay, so views, what are the views, how we can create the views on the table, how it will work, how the DML and DDML operation will perform on the views. That all we are going to cover here. Then we are having the indexes and the sequences and how to write the subqueries. And then we are having few of the string operation which we are using into the PLSQL also for performing any type of operations in the packages and procedures. So and then the last topic of the SQL, that is the very important topic, that is an join. So for writing any type of query, we need to have the joins between the two tables or more than two tables also. So that is the very important topic. So we are going to cover joins also and different types of joins also. So once this SQL part will complete, so it will take around 4 to 5 sessions. Then we will start with our main PLSQL topics. Okay, so under PLSQL, we are going to cover the below topics, that is an introduction to the PLSQL and the anonymous block. So for our demo session, so we had just planned to give the demo based on this anonymous block, how it will work and how this will get performed. Okay. Hello. Yeah. So someone is on, I think so, unmute. So please mute yourself. Then after we are having some looping conditions like such an if else loop, for loop, while loop, nested loop, all the which are the loops which are into the any other programming language. That same all loops we are having into the PL/SQL also. So we are going to study that how what the syntax difference between the other languages and to the PL/SQL, and we are also going to cover that how we are using here and when we have to use that. Then after we are having the record types. So record types is also having three different types, that is a percent type, percent row type, then user defined records types are also there. So we are going to cover all that things. Then the case and decode statement, how to use the case and decode statement. Then the cursor, what are the cursor, what is the implicit cursor, explicit cursor, and what are the cursor attributes, all that respective things also we are going to see over here. Then there is an exceptions. So in exceptions, how we can define the user defined exceptions, or how we can take the Oracle seeded exceptions like whenever too many rows, that all. So we are going to cover that also. And then after, the very most important topics into the PL/SQL, that is nothing but the procedure and function. So we are going to cover the procedure with parameters, without parameters, and there are different types of an parameter we can pass into the procedure or function, that is an in parameter, out parameter, and in out parameter. How to use that parameter, when to add the in, when to add out, how to execute the procedure by using the anonymous block or by using the select statement. That all we are going to cover over here. Same for the function also. And then after, triggers and the collections. Okay, so we are going to cover the triggers as well as the few collection, that is an index by array, nested tables and all. And the last topic which we are going to cover, that is nothing but the packages. So in packages, we are also going to cover all the respective topics which we had seen till now. That is an cursor, package, function, procedure, trigger. Because package is nothing but it is nothing but a set, or it is nothing but a combination where we can use all the respective objects together. So in a single package, I can use the procedure, function, trigger, cursor, everything, whatever we had seen till now. So everything we can use into the package. So that also we are going to cover. Okay. So these are the contents which we are going to cover in our entire session. Okay. So anything anyone wants to ask on this content or anything, please go ahead. Anyone having any questions?
How you will create the trigger in packages?
So trigger. So in packages, how we can create
Function
the trigger? So first,
functions process, okay. Triggers, how you will create inside the package?
Inside the package, we will create one procedure, and inside that procedure, we can create the tables. Sorry, triggers. Okay, and that procedure we can call into the any type of a package. Okay. Anything else anyone want to ask? Okay, silence me.
Will you covering the JSON thing?
Sorry?
Will you cover JSON?
No, JSON is not the part of the PL/SQL. JSON is part of an Java. So we will not cover JSON over here.
But that is the most coming up on with the PLSQL.
Yeah, but PL/SQL developer will not work on the JSON part. So you, I mean, at least till now in industry also we are having the Java. It is the part of an mostly Java. So Java developer will work on that one, and we will just write a
Oracle provides PLSQL to support JSON.
Yes.
To decode and
yes,
format the data however you want and do the manipulations process.
Yes, correct. But for JSON, we have to write just a simple select query that the Java developer only will write. So PL/SQL developer won't have that task because we have to write the complex procedure and functions over there, not the JSON stuff. Okay, and if we are having some type of a requirement, we just have to give the query, like select query, to the Java developer, and they will generate the JSON at their end. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else anyone want to ask? Okay. Yes, talking.
Confusion.
Your voice is too low.
Hello.
Yeah. At least your voice is breaking for me. I don't know about others, but it is breaking for me at least. You can ping into the chat also if you are not audible or you are not comfortable to talk. So till that, if anyone else want to ask, they can. Okay, so first of what we will do, we will just start with our topic, that whatever which today I am going to explain you as a demo. So that I am just going to start first. Okay, and then after we will see the few more questions. Okay, so today just we are going to see the anonymous block. What is the anonymous block? How to declare? How to perform the different types of an operations into the anonymous block. So basically, why we are seeing this topic? Because we are having lot of requirements. So if you want to execute the procedure also, so that procedure also we have sometimes we have to execute using the anonymous block. So we have to write the different types of an logic also into the anonymous block only. And we can say that anonymous blocks defining is nothing but the heart of the PL/SQL. So that's why we compulsorily have to know that how the anonymous block will work, or how we can declare the objects into the anonymous block and how it will work. Okay, so first of all, for declaring the anonymous block, we are having one syntax. So that just syntax I'm going to write over here. So we are having, it is divided into the 4 parts. So the first part is nothing but a declare. Then the second one is a begin. Then third one is a third, and the last one is nothing but the end. So so these are the most important thing, but there is one additional thing that we are having here, that is nothing but the exceptions. Okay, so if we are having the any type of an exception, we can also write that same into the anonymous block. So if I'm going for this syntax, so when I'm saying this, these are the 4 respective steps. So declare, begin, and end. So we are having some constant over there. Constant in the sense of it is mandatory or not. So this particular declare section, which is not mandatory. So suppose you are writing any type of an anonymous block, so that time you need not to write this it is not compulsory to write the declare. So if you are writing just begin and end and exception, still it will work. So similarly, if I am talking about the exceptions also, so exception is also not a mandatory part. Okay, so these both the two, if we are not writing even, then still we can execute our anonymous block. But when I am talking about this begin and end, so these two are the mandatory. Okay, so begin and the end, these are the mandatory parameters which we always have to write into the anonymous block while defining any type of an anonymous block. Okay, so these are the 4 different parameters: declare, begin, exception, and end. So what is the declare section? Basically, in declare section, what we will do, the name, it is indicating itself. So we will declare any type of a variable. So this section which is used to, so it is used to declare the variables. So if any type of a variable, even if you want to declare the cursor also, so you can declare that all the things into the declare section. So then after begin and end, so what is the begin and end? In between begin and end, we will write actual logic. Actual logic of the program. If I want to perform some operation, suppose I just want to perform the addition operation. So if I want to perform that, so I will write the entire code in between this begin and the end block. Okay, so whatever the logic we are having or we want to execute, that we will write into the begin and end. And the exception is nothing but the, suppose we are having any type of an exception, like if we are dividing any respective variable by 0. So suppose I am having one respective variable as an 100 and I am dividing it by 0. So that time it is the exception because we can't divide any value by 0. So that time it have to fetch some exception, so that we will write over here. Or if we are not using cursor and we are fetching multiple rows, so it will also comes under the too many rows, that is the exception. So we are having the multiple Oracle define as well as the user define exception. So when we are going to see exception topic, that time we will cover that. So exception is nothing but the, in short, when we are having the unexpected data and we don't need that our program got failed. Okay, instead of failing or instead of giving any type of an error message, it will just give the custom message which we are going to provide. That is nothing but the exception. Okay, so in anonymous block, what we will define, that declare begin, end, and the exception. So declare begin and end are the most important part. Exception, if you don't write exception also, still it is okay. Sometime if you don't write the declare also, still it is okay. Okay, so just I will show you some few of the examples where we will use this anonymous block. Okay, so I'm just writing here the declare begin and end, declare begin, and the last one is an end. So the compulsory thing, that is an after every end, if you are writing any end, so there you have to give the semicolon. There is no semicolon after begin, no semicolon after declare, but after the end block we are having one semicolon. And suppose in this anonymous block I just want to print some message. Okay, so by using anonymous block I have to print one message. So how I can print the message? So in different types of programming language, we are having the different syntax for printing the message. Like in Java, we are having system.out.println. In C, we are having printf. So in PLSQL, we are having dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. So I'm just writing it dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. So what this will print, so it will gives us whatever message we are giving over here, that will print us for us. Okay, so we have to write this round bracket and the semicolon. And if you have to give any type of a custom message, that we can give into the single quote. Okay, so suppose I'm just writing here PLSQL developer. Okay, so if I have to write some message, any custom message inside single quote, you can write any custom message. So I had just written the PLSQL developer. Okay, so this is the dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, which is used for printing any type of a message. So suppose I will just execute this. So what I will do, I will select and I will execute this one. Okay, so see what is the thing. So this is my custom message PLSQL developer. In the output, I'm getting the this one, and then after my PLSQL block. So PLSQL procedure successfully completed. So if any time you are executing this respective block, you will all compulsorily get this respective message, that is an PLSQL procedure successfully completed. And this is the custom message which I had given. Okay, so by this way we can print the any custom message. But see, I already told you that you don't have this declare as a mandatory. So what I'm doing, I'm just deleting this one. Okay, because in the declaration section we had not used anything, so we just have to delete that one. And now I'm just compiling this begin and end block. Before that, I'm just clearing my screen output and I'm just recompiling this, only this one. So what I will compile and see, we are getting the same output, that is an PLSQL developer. Why? Because we just had removed that declare section where we had not declared anything. Just it is just declare we had written, but not declare anything. So by that we can say that this declare is also not the mandatory, and even the exception is not a mandatory. But if we remove anything that is from begin or anything end, so it will gives us the error. So if I comment the begin block, so it will give me the error. Okay, so these are both the mandatory things. If even I am just not writing the semicolon after the end block, and I am just compiling it, it will give me error. So see, there is an uncounted symbol. Okay, so that type of an all the things which we always have to remember while writing any type of an anonymous block or any type of an program. Okay, so what is the use of first of all this declare section? So for declaring, I already told you that we are using this one for declaring any type of a parameter, any type of variable or cursor or anything. Okay, so suppose I have to declare some variable. So in PL/SQL, mostly we will use the three data type. That is nothing but the varchar2. Second one is a number, and the third one is a date. Okay, so we can declare that all respective variables over here, but while declaring the variables we are having some syntax over there. Okay, so suppose I want to declare one variable. I am just writing the variable name as a v1. Okay, so we have to write the variable name, so I will write here the into the syntax format. So variable name, then we have to give the data type, then we have to give the respective semicolon. Okay, and if you have to pass some value, you can pass also that thing, but this is the just the standard declaration of an any variable. So I'm just commenting this one, and I'm actually defining one variable of the varchar2 type. So I'm taking the variable name as an v1, then the data type, we can take any type of a data type. So here I'm just taking the data type as a varchar2. Okay, so varchar2. In varchar2, after defining varchar2, you compulsorily have to give the size. So I'm just giving the size. So these is nothing but the size into the bytes. Okay, so if now I had declared this variable, and now if I am trying to compile this one, so it will compile. Okay, but now if I'm trying to remove this declare section, so this will give me the error, because why we are having this v1 over there. So see, it is giving me that error. So we have to compulsory add the declare if we are declaring any variable there. So now this v1 I had defined, but I am not using this value anywhere. Okay, so suppose I want to use this value. Before that, I have to pass some value also here. So this is nothing but the varchar2. Varchar2 is nothing but the character value. So while passing any value, we have to pass the colon equals to over here. Why colon equals to? Because in PL/SQL, if we are writing only simply equals to, so it will give you the error. The format, the syntax is only while defining any value, the syntax is that we have to pass it as a colon equals. Then after we have to pass this as a single quote, any type of a value. So suppose I am writing here just my name. Okay, so I'm just writing my name, that is an Naresh. Okay, so this will be the declaration of that variable, means I am just storing the value of my name into that variable. So if I compile this one also, so it will get compiled properly. So I'm just compiling it. So see, the same output PL/SQL developer, but this respective variable we had defined, we had not called it anywhere, so that's why we are not getting. But suppose I have to call this variable also, since I have to print the this variable also. So what I can do, I will just write the dbms statement again. So I'm just writing dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, and then after, if I want to print this respective variable, I just have to pass the variable name into the brackets. Okay, so I'm just writing it here over here, and just now I'm recompiling the entire code. Okay, so see now, this time I will clear my screen once again, and I will recompile it. I'm just clear and recompile. So see, what is the thing? First, I am getting the message as a PL/SQL developer, and then after my name. So why we are getting? Because in this variable we are storing the name, and after that we are printing this variable. Okay, so that's why I'm getting this one. But suppose I don't want to this write this one. Okay, so I just remove this from here. Okay, so I'm just removing it. Still I have to show it over here. So after that, I'm writing here. So I have to print with the same dbms underscore output. So that time just here I have to write the two pipes symbol. So two pipe symbol is nothing but the concatenation operation into the PL/SQL. So I'm just concatenating, and I'm just giving the variable name. So this will concatenate, and it will give me the output, whatever means like here what is it is giving PL/SQL developer and then the narrate. but here in the one single line it will give me, and we had written only the dbms underscore output only once. So see, as it is whatever we had given here, so that PLSQL developer, then after the colon symbol, and then after the respective name which we are providing. So by this way we can get the different outputs. So similarly we can format this respective output in multiple ways. Similarly, suppose I want to define any other variable which is of the type number, and I have to just pass the values. So again I can pass the values as per here. So it is not plus, it is colon. Okay, so 100. So if I am compiling this also, so it will get compiled. If I want to print that variable also, so I'm just passing it here, that second variable. So what is my second variable? That is an v2. I'm just clearing my screen and executing this entire statement again. To see whatever we are passing over here, that all the variables we can print over there. Similarly, we can use the other variables also, like as in date, data type, date also. So one more thing, suppose we have to use the different types of an operation also we have to perform, like addition, subtraction. So we can define different variable and we can perform that operation also. So basically anonymous block which is used for all the performing any type of an operation. So this will just not just used for performing operations. So by for calling the procedure or for calling the functions also we can use the anonymous block sometime. Okay, whatever the requirement according or based on the our requirement, that only will use this block. Okay, so suppose I will just in short I will take one example of an addition over here. So this is my variable that is in a v2. I am again declaring one variable that is in a v3 which is of a type number, and I am just giving it as a value as a 50, and the last variable I am defining it as a v4. So and it is also of type number. Okay, so what we had defined the three variables v2, v3 and v4. So and I have to do the addition. So if I want to do the addition, so what I will do, I will write here v4 colon equals to that time v2 plus v3. So whatever addition formula just we are having, that we have to, we know that thing, everything how to we are doing the addition. But what is the thing we have to learn over here into the PLSQL, how we are writing and what is the syntax. So here the last variable which we had defined, in this respective variable we are storing the addition of these two variable, that is in a v2 and v3. So that's why v4 colon equals to, as I already said that we always have to use the colon equals to. Okay, we can't use the single equals to, we even can't use the double equals to over here, like as in other programming languages. Okay, so this is just the syntax. So in this syntax what it will do, it will perform the addition, and if you want to print the respective output, so by using the dbms underscore output only you can print that. So dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, and then you can print the respective value. Suppose I'm just directly writing it here, I will give the message as an addition is, then this concatenating this respective value. So now if I'm just commenting the first line which is over here, this dbms, I'm just commenting this line. Okay, so in the PLSQL we are having the double dash as a comment. Okay, so I'm just commenting, I'm clearing my screen output and I'm re-executing it. So I'm just executing and see here addition is an 150. So this is my custom message, addition is, and then after in v4 what it is storing, it is storing the addition of this two variable, that is an 100 plus 50, that is an 150. So it is showing me the addition is an 150. Okay, so by this way we can perform different types of an operation. It is a small example of this respective operation. Okay, so as we said, so if we are just defining any type of a variable, then only declare section is needed. Otherwise we can do all the operation inside the begin and end only. Okay, so this is nothing but the just a simple and small example of an anonymous block by addition. So similarly you can perform subtraction, division, multiplication or any other operations also, or you can print any custom messages also. Okay, so this is a small thing about the anonymous block. So before going ahead, if anyone have anything, so please ask the question.
Hi, Naresh.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, this is Satish. When you are typing dbms underscore output dot something, so I can see that sys underscore output dot p put underscore line. What is the main difference between the dbms underscore output and the sys underscore output?
Okay, so basically in PL SQL we will not use the sys underscore output. Okay, so while executing or while printing any type of a message, we compulsorily have to use the dbms underscore output. The sys underscore output here, which is used for some other purposes, but in PL SQL we need not to use the sys underscore output.
Yeah, is there any particular for sys underscore output? I mean, using the sys underscore output.
So
Any examples?
Yeah, so basically when we are using the sys underscore output, so suppose we are having some any other languages also. So suppose there is one other technology also, there is an Oracle apps. So in Oracle apps, we if that is the front end based system. So in front end based system, we are not able to see the output using the dbms underscore output. So that time we have to use that sys underscore output, or we have to use the file underscore dot put underscore line. Okay, so based on the different various language, just we will write this respective code. And for printing the message, so why we are printing anytime, so for debugging or for giving the output to the variable, so that's only we are printing this message. So based on the respective languages, we have to change this respect to dbms underscore output with that specific language. But if we are having in running in through the SQL developer or Toad or any other tool which is for the PL SQL development, so that time we compulsorily have this syntax, that is dbms underscore output dot put underscore line.
Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So anyone else want to ask anything? Based on this respective anonymous block or any other questions also you are having regarding the syllabus, regarding the batch, anything you can ask. I think so. In chat, I got one question from Mani Chandan. That is, hi Ankush. I learned Oracle database till now, and now I am going to learn PL SQL. Make my confusion. So, Mani Chandan, there is no confusion because we are not have to bind with only one technology. Okay. So if you are having the exposure of the other technologies also, so it will be better for our growth and our everything. Okay, so that's why if we are switching from your profile also from Oracle DB to PL SQL, so it will help you to learning the PL SQL. So any questions so far?
Can you have an example of exception?
Sorry?
Exception.
Okay, so exception. So basically what is the exception? So when we are getting any type of an error, so we suppose I'm just defining or I'm fetching 10 rows from my table. Okay, and I'm just not using the cursor over there. Okay, so what it will give me? It will give me the error too many rows found. So that time we don't have to get the error, so we will write the exception. So how we can write the exception? So we just have to write exception as the keyword first, and then after, so this will be the keyword exception, and we have to give the exception name. So there are multiple Oracle defined exceptions, as well as you can define the user defined exception. So we will just, for example, we are going to see just the Oracle defined exception. So how we can write the exception in the format of a when and then. So when others, so I'm just taking this exception when other. So others exceptions means if any error will come, so it will print the respective message. So when others, then print any type of a message. So dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. DBMS underscore. And we can give the message, any message that is like as an exception occurred. So like this we can give. So suppose if you want to see this practically, so instead of this plus, I'm just writing it as a slash, and I'm making this 50 as a 0. So what is the thing? We can't divide any number by 0. So that time it will give me the error. But it now see that I had written the exception. So it had given me the exception message. So here I had given exception occurs. So same exception message it is giving me, because we can't divide. So suppose if I remove this respect to 3 lines which are for the exception. So see now, if I'm removing this and trying to execute, so it will give me the error. So what is the error? Division is equals to 0. Okay, so if we have to eliminate such type of a situation while executing, because what is happening in we are developing the backend, but in front end user, if user any of the user will see such type of a message, he is not going to understand this one. So that's why we will write this respect to exception and write the user understandable message. Okay, like sometime if we are filling any online form, so that's time we will get the message like uh, there isn't some mandatory field, so for that we will get some messages, this is mandatory and that. So that are types of exceptions, but that are the Oracle defined or the Oracle defined messages exception. So this is nothing but the exception. By this way we are having multiple exceptions over there. So just this is the common exception which we are using into the Oracle, so that I had explained. Okay. It is clear. So anyone else want to ask anything?
Sir, what's the difference between the view and cursor?
Cursor and the other one, what you said?
View.
View. So basically
Yeah.
view. So view, what we will create the
And
view.
what the best is used to get it to fetch the data? What the best is use the view or cursor? It's not that is not consume the like the network, the CPU.
So basically, what is the view? View we are using on the multiple tables. Suppose I am having the data of an n 2 different tables, like my employee detail means his name and address, his name and the other details, first name, last name, and the employee number, which is into the one table. And in second table is address is there. But sometime what I have to do, I have to check everything, its name and address. So that's time it is really difficult to check me both the table concurrently. So what we will do, we will just define one view, or we will create one view based on the two table. So it will show me the data only in one table. So view is works like same as in a table only, but we can combine the different tables into one. Okay, so that time it is the view. And what is the cursor? So basically, suppose you want to fetch the data of the all the employees from your table. Okay, so 100 employees or thousands employee in your table. So you have to fetch all the employee data and you have to update their salary, suppose by 10%. So that time you can't go one by one. So that time you have to do the all the operation entirely at a single event. Okay, so that time we will use the cursor, that it will update all the respective rows in one go. Okay, so that will be considered as a cursor. Okay.
And what about the materialized view? Is the same as view?
Okay.
Materialized view is the same of the view?
Sorry, I was not getting you. Your voice is a bit low.
About the materialized view.
I was not getting. Sorry, can you just ping in the chat? Let if anyone want to ask anything else, they can ask.
I just want to know about materialized view.
Okay, materialized view. Okay, so basically simple view which is based upon a single table, but materialized view, what we will do in the materialized view? So we are just performing more than two tables in that, and if any in simple view we will just create based on the two table, but in materialized view we can perform the operations also. Like I'm just performing some addition operation and then I'm creating that respective view. So performing operation as well as creating the view, that will be happen into the materialized view. Okay. Yeah, the same thing I had explained what is the materialized. Okay. So basically these are the things which we have to cover. If anyone who is not having any other question, then we can conclude for this session. So as I think so you all are having the contact details of Ankush. So if you are interested to join this respective class, so you can WhatsApp on the that respective number, or you can write also by using the email. Okay, so we are just starting in next 2-3 days our new batch for the PLSQL. So please go ahead and reach out on that WhatsApp number or by using the email. If you have any other doubts also, you can write. We are having our website also, Learnomate, so I will share that also with you, so you can go through the syllabus and everything and all, and you can discuss the other things also. Okay, so for this entire course I will be the coordinating. I will be going to teach you, and all the other activity which will be conducted by the Ankush. So please reach out to Ankush for anything else. Okay. So if anyone won't have any other doubt or anything, confusion, so we can drop. Any questions, guys? Rishikesh, any question? I think so. You are talking on onward. Yeah. So guys, thank you for joining the session. So anyone have any question? Anyone don't have our contact number or email ID? Just tell me that. I will just ping now only in the chat. All are having the details, or still let me ping into the chat once. You get it easily.
Hi Naresh, I have one question. Like the course will be free or any charges?
Sorry.
PLSQL course is charges. I mean, it is a free or any fee will be there?
There will be charges of 12,000 for this, and it will be of around 25 to 30 sessions we are going to cover over here.
Okay.
Okay, so for more details, I just ping the contact number as well as the email ID. Please reach out to that things for more details.
After completion of the course, how many years of we can keep experience or something?
So based upon at least minimum 2 years, but if you are having the good practice and command on the PLSQL, you can put more also.
So minimum 2 years, right?
Yeah, minimum 2 years.
Okay.
So any other question? If there is nothing, so we can wrap up for today. Yeah. Okay then, guys. Yeah, thank you for joining.